Hear the sage as his song descends like heaven's rain or tears, and washes the years, the dust of many stories from the high tale of the Dragonlance. For in ages deep, past memory and word, in the first blush of the world, when the 3 moons rose from the lap of the forest, dragons terrible and great made war on this world of Kryn. Yet out of the darkness of dragons, out of our cries for light, in the blank face of the black moon soaring, a banked light flared in Solamnia, a knight of truth and power who called down the gods themselves, and forged the mighty Dragonlance, piercing the souls of dragonkind, driving the shade of their wings from the brightening shores of Kryn. Thus Huma, knight of Solamnia, Lightbringer, first Lancer, followed his light to the foot of the Calcus Mountains, to the stone feet of the gods, to the crouched silence of their temple. He called down the lance-makers, he took on their unspeakable power, to crush the unspeakable evil, to thrust the coiling darkness back down the tunnel of the dragon's throat. Paladine, the great god of good, shone at the side of Huma, strengthening the lance of his strong right arm, and Huma, ablaze in 1,000 moons, banished the swarm of her shrieking hosts, back to the senseless kingdom of death, where their curses swooped upon nothing, and nothing deep below the brightening land. Thus ended in thunder the age of dreams, and began the age of might, when Istar, kingdom of light and truth, arose in the east, where minarets of white and gold spired to the sun and to the sun's glory, announcing the passing of evil, and Istar, who mothered and cradled the long summers of good, shone like a meteor in the white skies of the just. Yet in the fullness of sunlight the king-priest of Istar saw shadows. At night he saw the trees and things with daggers, the streams blackened and thickened under the silent moon. He searched books for the paths of Huma, for scrolls, signs, and spells, so that he too might summon the gods, might find their aid in his holy aims, might purge the world of sin. Then came the time of dark and death as the gods turned from the world. A mountain of fire crashed like a comet through Istar. The city split like a skull in the flames. Mountains burst from once fertile valleys. Seas poured into the graves of mountains. The deserts sighed on abandoned floors of the seas. The highways of Kryn erupted and became the paths of the dead. Thus began the age of despair. The roads were tangled. The winds and the sandstorms dwelt in the husks of cities. The plains and mountains became our home. As the old gods lost their power, we called to the blank sky and to the cold, dividing grey to the ears of new gods. The sky is calm, silent, unmoving. We have yet to hear their answer.